Hello, welcome to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. I hope you're having a great day. So today I want to talk about Target. Or actually Target's new focus on creating sports card and trading card game death piles. You know, I always thought I was creating a death pile, selling all my stuff on eBay that's not moving. But my death pile pales in comparison to Target's retail trading card, sports card death pile. So, why am I not impressed with Target? Well, to begin with, this is an article from Sports Collectors Daily, and this came out on March 18th, 2026. And like it says, Target Corporation recently announced plans to significantly expand dedicated space for fandom and collectibles categories in its stores, with a strong emphasis on trading cards as part of its broader growth strategy for 2026 and beyond. Okay. And they get into, like fun 101 assortment, they like to call it, which I just think is a joke. The move follows strong performance in the category. Trading card sales have surged in recent years, with reports of nearly 70% year-to-date growth in prior periods and projections nearing or exceeding $1 billion annually, driven largely by Pokemon, sports cards, and other popular sets. Yeah. And, what I noticed about Target in previous years is the stuff would move fairly quick. But now that Topps Fanatics is really taking over the marketplace, besides TCG, at my Target, the stuff just sits and collects dust. No one's purchasing it. I think it's hilarious. Because, for me, when I think of Target, I think of a bunch of people working there who tend to give the absolute worst customer service imaginable. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe you're going to your Target and you're being treated really awesome by the customer service, but what I've noticed at mine is, well, they always seem to hire like snarky women, and snarky women tend to offer the absolute worst customer service in the world. For one, they don't want to be there. They're pissed off that they have to work at Target. For two, they don't really know anything. They don't really care to learn anything. For three, they're just hitting the time clock. They hit the time clock in. They're just waiting to hit that time clock out. And it shows, To me, that's Target. The worst customer service imaginable. I haven't seen a dude working at my local Target in probably a year. So I just don't understand the game plan here, to say the least, because it's definitely not an LCS, and I've seen women hanging out in my LCS. They know what they're doing. These women at Target, they just don't give a damn. All right. So when they say that they're moving into more sports cards and TCG, I expect a death pile. And why is it? Well, Target's greedy, when I go to Target and look at their prices on retail products, it's always more expensive than Wal-Mart, and Target's really just a shit show right now. They just can't seem to pull their heads out of their what, to figure out what they are for the retail market, if they went head to head with Walmart, on groceries and everything else, I would see Target becoming a very strong influence for retail. But let's face it, they're just like crypto bros. They're just like any other scalper bros. They're just doing it because, like some scalper, knows they can make some money online, by scalping a box, whatever. And so that's why I think it's just a joke. I'm just not impressed with Target. Like I said, I think it's all the snarky women who work there that just really turn me off, And the fact is, none of them want to be working there. They just hate the customers, hate the store. Hate. Anyway, like it says here, This just came out March 21st, 2026. So this came out a few days ago. For the first time, my Target was loaded with cars, but I didn't really want any of them. Is it just me, or none of this is super interesting right now? Especially after ripping some 2026 Topps baseball already. Yeah. And here we can look at the pictures, What really stands out for me is, it's tough to see it, but I was just at Target this morning. They're asking $29.99 for blaster boxes of Stadium Club. There's really no good chases in the blaster boxes. I mean, rarely hit an auto if you're lucky, It's just, why so much, I mean, if anything, I guess stick with the packs for $6.99. But honestly, for retail Stadium Club, I would just go to my LCS and buy a pack of Hobby Stadium Club, because he sells the packs, And he sells them at about the same price, or actually less than the retail. So think about that. If you have an LCS, you can likely go there, get yourself a hobby pack of Stadium Club, which you have a better chance of getting a big hit, and you're going to pay less, That's just the greed of retail, isn't it? They don't care about anyone but themselves, It's just all about the stockholders, shareholders, whatever. It's not about you, And what gets me about this picture is this could have been my Target, except my Target has more stock, It's just not moving the last few weeks, because I was in there, last week, and it was like none of it's even hardly moved, My Target even has like the Caitlin Clark thing. None of it sells, No one cares. And so we can look at this box too, what got me today about my Target is even the Pokemon packs, they're not moving much. I mean, I saw the same packs last time I was in there. People just aren't buying it. So let's see what people are saying. They're really ramping up production of these in retail places like Target. Getting into the game is not good for production numbers, but as long as they keep putting Mega Chase cards and blasters, it might hold. For example, you can get an SGA logo man in a blaster of Topps Chrome basketball. Okay, good luck with that. Like it says here, yeah, lots of these products feel like they came out too late and missed the hype window. So they're overproduced far too late. A bad combo, so we'll see how this changes going forward. Yeah. It's psychological. If it was much less stocked, FOMO would be stronger. Too much stock makes things seem worth less. Yeah. When you see that the stuff is piling up like a death pile, it tends to turn off a lot of people, And the reality is other people start to catch on, oh, why are people passing on this, And I would put on a big sign at the big Target death pile, all the best stuff goes to the breaking companies. End of story. It's true. So true. Anyway. I did some Stadium Club, big meh. I never buy Series 1. Nothing for me until Chrome Black and Pristine, yeah. I mean, I would just tell people like this, just buy your packs in LCS, buy Hobby online. Stadium Club under Topps Fanatics is kind of a big meh. I don't know. I just look at it, I'm just not impressed. I prefer Stadium Club from the 90s when I look at today's sets of Stadium Club. That's just me, Best way to let Fanatics know how we feel about the quality and price is to let it rot on the shelves. I agree with that completely. And maybe that's what's happening is people are catching on. You're not a good company, Topps Fanatics. I like this idea of letting it rot, and Target getting a big death pile because they're just greedy, as well. I very much agree. It's a downtime for retail boxes. I feel like the 2026 Topps is a retail letdown right now. My favorite thing to find currently is Series 2 UD NHL boxes. So, one thing I've noticed is a lot more people going to Upper Deck hockey. And why is that? Well, the prices are more affordable. Are more and more people becoming fans of hockey for one reason? Well, I have noticed like on local television stations like ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, they're putting a lot more hockey out there than, say, baseball. Baseball is really tough to hunt down. I mean, it's on all these various streaming sites, It's not even on their MLB channels. Trying to find a baseball game is a nightmare, It seems like popularity always seems to creep up on the stuff that's on the small local channels, ABC, CBS, NBC, and Fox, So maybe that's what's happening here, or people are just getting exhausted with TOS Fanatics and they prefer Upper Deck. I prefer Upper Deck, I always have and always will. Here's another one. Morning Flip, SC and crew, happy Friday. Stopped by Target before work last night and they were loaded up with WWE blasters and optics SKUs. Also, Lid says 20% off trading cards starting today. Keep those alerts on for all drops and restocks. Good luck, kind and safe travels. No thanks. I'll pass. I don't give a damn. I don't give two shits about Target. I'll be happy when Target goes out of business. Yeah. Why is that? Oh, I think it's the customer service, I think it's the overpriced garbage. It's the price gouging at Target. I mean, I just could care two shits less about Target, I mean, I just go in there to mock them, I look for good prices on stuff, but it's not Target. Go to an LCS. You're going to have more fun. You're going to hang out with some guys or some women that know what they're doing, that actually care about this stuff. Like, look at this one. This is from Grip and Rip Sports Cards. We need to have a serious conversation about getting rid of our significantly changing Topps heritage. I've been to this Target daily since Wednesday. Nothing has moved. Not to mention various other products barely moving as well. Yep. I love it, man. I love it. Gas and grocery prices too high first. Yeah, I mean, that's just it, I mean, I think a lot of us would like to step on up and buy some of this product, but it's overpriced. It's price gouging. I mean, everywhere I go, gas is just so expensive. Food is so expensive. Everything is so expensive. And I think you look at an overpriced box of bullshit from Target, some blaster, they're just trying to price gouge you on that doesn't have anything in it, I don't know. $14.99 for a hanger is why it sits. That shit should be $10.99 max. I would say less than that. Those hanger boxes are trash. Dope product. Hits are hard to come by. Yeah, no shit. Unless you're a breaking company. Yeah, overprinting it like shit because they know people are going to buy it chasing Ohtani. Yeah. And just chasing some rank ass Ohtani cards too, I mean, just basic base, It's just so pathetic. So what's going on there? Well, maybe people are starting to think more like me. We want high-end product at these prices. Yeah. We want the best stuff at these prices. If you're going to give us $29.99 blaster boxes, then how about give us the absolute best cards imaginable? There you go. The best sets. Oh, but those are reserved for the breaking companies. Yes. So anyway, how do you feel about Target? Do you think they're just a joke like me? Do you think they deserve their death pile like I do, And do you believe that, eventually Target will likely go out of business because, let's face it, they just don't give a shit about their customers? I mean, I've said it many times. To me, Target is the very, very, very bottom of the barrel when it comes to customer service. They hire the absolute worst people imaginable. Anyway, if you think any differently, leave some comments. I'd like to thank my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. You're the only reason I do this because, YouTube lets me keep working for free. I'm not monetized. And then, of course, I'd like to thank my viewers. If you could hit the thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. And if you could maybe hit the notifications if you subscribe, that would be awesome too. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.